Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Four Little Book Bugs. For those of you who don't know yet, the series of Four Little Book Bugs would be videos about some helpful tips in teaching children and some fun activities we can do with them. Today, I am going to show you some tips that your little book bugs can do to boost their fine motor skills. When we say fine motor skills, we are talking of small movements that they can do using their different parts of body. Hands, fingers, wrist, arms, toes, and feet. The development of their fine motor skills is very important because it involves the use of smaller muscles, especially in hands and feet. Smaller muscles that are used for daily essential activities such as grasping smaller objects, feeding themselves, zipping and unzipping, wearing clothes and shoes by themselves, and the list goes on. Plus, most of these tips are very easy and won't cause too much mess. So tune in till the end. For the first activity, I call it the paper stitch, and it is very easy. You're going to need an A4 size paper, some yarn strings, and a puncher. Just punch on the side of the paper until you finish on all four sides. It's going to look like this one right here. Instruct your little book bugs to put the string in through the holes, as if they are stitching, until they fill up all the holes. Show it to them and demonstrate in front of them. It will keep them busy for a while. This is a finished example. Guide them while doing this activity, as the string can tangle up a couple of times and that can make them lose their patience. I speak from experience. Another option is you can punch holes on the center of the paper, just like this one. And you can let your little book bugs put the yarn string in any holes that they want. It's going to look like a series of crisscross or connect the dots when they finish. This is another example. You can punch holes on the center of it by folding the paper, either in crosswise or in lengthwise. You can fold it 2 times. And then punch. Right there. And then you can punch some holes more. This one here. After that, on the half of this, you can punch another holes on this part. See. If you choose to only punch holes in the border of the paper, you can let your child doodle or write or draw on the center of it. It can look like this. This is a great fine motor skills activity as they can practice putting the strings in and out of the holes using their hands and fingers. Not only that, they can also practice their gross motor skills when they are pulling the lengthy yarn string when they are doing the activity. If you have colorful egg toys like these ones, you can do this very simple activity. You're going to need the colorful egg toys, a marker, and small colored papers. Now, think of some words that your child can now spell. 3-letter words or maybe his first name. Write the letters of those words, 1 letter for each one small piece of paper. Just like this one. Then, put 1 piece of paper in 1 piece of egg. Now, do the same thing to the rest of the eggs and paper. Now, after you've finished, gather all the eggs in a basket or in a container. Present them to your little book bugs in a fun and engaging manner. Now ask them to open the eggs one by one, and they must tell you what letter is inside the eggs. Don't forget to praise them. Let them do the same thing to the rest of the eggs. Remember, I asked you earlier to think of words that your child can now spell. After they've opened all the eggs, ask them to spell the words using the letters they've opened from the eggs. If you wrote the letters for cat, ask them to find those letters and put it in order to spell the word cat. Another option is you can help them glue those letters onto a paper. You can even use the paper stitch. By opening these colorful eggs, your kids can practice the small muscles in their hands and fingers. This activity not only helps their fine motor skills, but it can also help them practice their spelling. For the next activity, I call it scoop and pour. This one is going to be a bit messy and wet. You're going to be needing 2 containers, one filled with water, one empty, a stirrer, a scoop, and food coloring. Any color will do. Arrange all those things on a table and show it to your little book bugs. Now, add 1 drop or 2 of food coloring onto the water. Make sure your child is intently watching. Most kids would be amazed just by watching the water changing its color. Let the stirrer and let them stir the water to fully mix the food coloring into the water. Now, hand them the scoop. Instruct them to use this to transfer the colored water into the empty container. Show them a demonstration first so they would clearly understand what to do. Keep praising them and assuring them that they are doing a great job until they finish transferring all the water into the empty container. It's as simple as that. This activity is a good practice for them to hold, dip, scoop, transfer without spilling, and pour. This activity can also help them practice their concentration as they need to practice in order to avoid spilling. I do hope you'll have a fun time with your little book bugs doing these activities. If you have more fun suggestions, feel free to comment down below so we can share it to other parents out there. Again, whatever activities you let them do and use, always keep an eye on your child. Check the age restrictions, follow the instructions, and check any hazards and anything that could endanger them even in the tiniest bit of chance. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. I'll see you again soon. Love, the book bug.